probably in the early mid 80s, I started buying property as land. This was what you saw today if you drove around New Albany. This was all farmland. Where the house was a sod farm. So it was just in the country.
Did Mr. Epstein play any role in the acquisition of the property?
No.
Did he play any role in the development of New Albany?
Oh, no.
On your property, would you often conduct business meetings?
Would he?
Would you?
With whom?
With anyone he's doing business with?
Okay, including L Brands?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the only business meetings we ever had in the house were business meetings in L Brands, community meetings, some university meetings, but no, I don't think we ever had a New Albany meeting. As a business in the house, we'd have it at the New Albany office.
Mr. Wexner, did you ever meet with, socialize with, or otherwise engage with Jeffrey Epstein at your New Albany, Ohio home?
Say it again.
Did you ever meet with, socialize with, or otherwise engage with Jeffrey Epstein at your New Albany home?
I'm sure he was in the house, but I can't remember a specific time. I don't remember setting meetings with Jeffrey. Most of the business I had with him was over the phone.
Most of the business was over the phone.
Do you have any recollection of when he first visited the property?
No.
And do you have any recollection of how often he would visit the property?
No.
So is it your testimony today that you would not have been aware of every time he visited the property here in New Albany?
Without question, I wouldn't have known. When something I would explain to you, it's like that I wonder about now. Like Jeffrey might call the office, and my admin would say, "Mr. Epstein's on the phone. He has to talk to you right away." And I pick up the phone and say, "What is it?" And he'd say, "Well, I'm in Switzerland, talking to a Swiss bank about something." And he'd try to explain it to me. He said, "Well, you wouldn't understand the transaction. It's really complex. But and I'm really busy, but I needed to tell you this or know that." And I'd say I'm in the middle of a meeting, and I'd hang up. And then, as I said earlier, 15 minutes later, he might call me back. And I'd look at it now and say, he was probably in bed in New York. I didn't know where the hell he was.
Were you aware that Mr. Epstein stayed on your property?
I know he bought Jack Kessler's house, but I don't know when he was there.
And that wasn't on your property?
No, that's my neighbor's property, my business partner in New Albany's friend, or his house, right?
Were you aware that Mr. Epstein stayed at one of your guest house on the property?
No, the house he stayed at was Jack Kessler's house, which is an adjacent property. It's about a half mile away.
Mr. Wexner, Epstein survivor Maria Farmer was reportedly brought to the guest house located on your property in 1996.
Objection, he's already told you it wasn't on his property.
I am bringing up the recollection of an Epstein survivor for the record. Your client is welcome to provide a statement. So again, Maria Farmer was reportedly brought to the guest house in 1996. She stayed there for a summer and claimed she was assaulted there by Mr. Epstein and Miss Maxwell. Mr. Wexner, do you recall who Maria Farmer is?
I know her name from the press.
Did you ever meet Maria Farmer?
Never.
Is it your testimony today that you do not know whether Maria Farmer ever stayed on your property?
That would be correct.
Do you have any reason to not believe Maria Farmer's account of being abused by Jeffrey Epstein on your property?
Objection. On his property.
Let me be sure I answer this correctly. I never met her, didn't know she was here, didn't know she was abused.
You have a large staff that works on your property in New Albany?
The reason I'm laughing, I don't know. There's a lot of people around, but I don't know how many.
Can you estimate how many people are working on the property at any given time?
$20.
Do you have private security on the property?
I've had private security since 1975.
Are you aware of allegations that security staff on the property stayed with Maria Farmer until her family was able to pick her up?
I didn't know she was here, so I didn't know her. I didn't know she was here, so I didn't know shit about her. Pardon me.
And I believe that you testified to this earlier, but to your recollection, did Mr. Epstein personally own property near your home?
He bought the house from Jack, so half a mile away if that's near.
Was that the address at the 7500 block of King George Drive?
I don't know that address.
Are you aware of the entity New Albany Company, LLC?
I think that's what we call the New Albany Company.
Why was this LLC organized?
Because it made business sense.
What was the LLC used for?
I would assume it's for the New Albany project.
Was Jeffrey Epstein involved with this entity?
Only to the degree as fiduciary financial advisor would be, as Dennis Hirsch was, with a complex project. And, you know, if you would, the family office would look at it.
Mm-hmm. To be clear, the LLC was used to develop surrounding properties in New Albany.
I don't know that. I would assume that it's in an LLC, or it could be the New Albany Company or Corp or Inc. I don't really know that.
How would Jeffrey Epstein travel to New Albany in the beginning of your relationship with him?
I would assume he flew, and either that or he took the train or drove.
Did he fly on your plane?
Very rarely.
When he did fly on your plane, did you charge him for using it?
I don't think so.
Do you have any recollection of when you first would have started providing flights to Mr. Epstein?
I think that's kind of a trick question. I don't think I ever provided flights for Mr. Epstein.
And you testified that he very rarely flew on your airplane. Can you elaborate on that?
The only time I really remember that I mentioned earlier, my wife would have surprise parties. And so I'd get on the airplane and there'd be acquaintances, friends, and I was always shocked who was there. Or some people might fly to wherever the party was, which was always a surprise to me. And then some of guests' friends would be at the party when I got there, and that was another surprise. So I don't remember specifics.
So Mr. Epstein would have been invited to surprise parties for you?
Obviously so, because he was there.
You testified earlier that you didn't consider him a friend. Do you invite people you don't consider to be friends to surprise parties?
Objection assumes that he invited them.
Do you need to answer that again?
Why would Mr. Epstein have been invited to these surprise parties?
My wife would have invited him
Why do you think your wife would have invited him?
because he was our financial advisor.
Did your wife consider him a friend?
No, I don't think so.
Can we take a quick break?
Yes, we can go off the record.
Oh, we need to wait. for
Oh,
my call.
sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
We'll go off the record. We can go back on the record. The time is 11:10. We took a short break for the witness to confer with counsel. We have approximately 15 minutes left in the majority's hour. We understand that the witness would like to make a statement of clarification.
Yeah, I think I was inaccurate in that I remember Jeffrey being on a plane at a surprise birthday party, but I don't remember him being at the party. Because I think you asked the question at the party, and then where did he go? I don't remember him being at the party. I can remember being on the plane.
You bring up the surprise party on the plane. Do you recall where the plane was going?
This private party wasn't on the plane.
Where was this surprise party?
I don't. There were a bunch of them, and I don't remember specifically which one it was.
Were you on every flight with Mr. Epstein when you traveled on your plane?
Objection. How's he supposed to know that?
If he doesn't, he's welcome to testify that he doesn't know.
So, say the question again.
Would Mr. Epstein ever use your plane while you were not present?
Never.
Did Mr. Epstein have to ask you for permission to use his plane or use your plane?
He would have, but he never did.
In regards to using your plane, would you
It wasn't my plane. It was the business's. The business had an aircraft. We didn't own our own airplane till maybe 15 or 20 years ago. And he wasn't on that plane either.
Do you recall Miss Maxwell being present when you were traveling on your company's plane?
No.
Do you recall if Mr. Epstein would bring other guests besides Miss Maxwell while traveling on your company's plane?
No.
There's an address at the 7500 block of King George Drive. Are you familiar with that property?
No. Not familiar with that address.
Mr. Wexner, how did Mr. Epstein act towards women or girls around him?
In his presence? Or?
In your presence, yes.
I guess the answer would be kind of normal and nice. He would like send my secretary or admin flowers for her birthday. Courteous, I would say.
Did you ever witness Mr. Epstein have sexual contact of any kind with young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever witness Mr. Epstein sexually abuse young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
Did you ever witness Mr. Epstein receive massages from young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
Did Mr. Epstein ever discuss sexual acts of any kind with you?
No.
Did he ever discuss receiving massages?
Yes.
What were the nature of those conversations?
He told me massage therapy was great and I should get massages.
Did he ever discuss who he was receiving massages from?
No.
So it is your testimony today that you don't recall him ever saying anything about receiving massages from young women or girls?
Absolutely not. Or absolutely, I'm agreeing with you, didn't do that.
Was it common for Epstein to bring young women or girls to any other place where the two of you would meet?
Never.
Did Mr. Epstein ever request that you bring Victoria's Secret models to events at your home?
No, and no Victoria's Secret models ever came to my home, even for business purpose.
Did
Talk about one exception, stuff you've seen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's one exception. My wife had for about 20 years, a horse show here for charity. And one of the models' husband was a polo player. And I don't know how they showed up as a couple. And he gave either me or my wife a polo horse, which was, I don't ride, and Abigail wasn't interested in a polo horse. So that would have been the only exception.
Did Mr. Epstein ever request that you introduce him to Victoria's Secret models?
Never.
And I just want to clarify your testimony earlier, but did you ever receive any massages from any young woman or girl brought to you or by or introduced to you by Mr. Epstein?
Never.
We discussed Mr. Epstein's arrest previously, but I would like to return to it just to make sure the record is clear. In 2005, police in Palm Beach, Florida began investigating Epstein. In July 2006, Epstein was arrested for the first time for soliciting prostitution from minors. Prior to Mr. Epstein's arrest, were you aware of any investigation into Mr. Epstein?
Not that I recall.
When did you become aware of an investigation into Mr. Epstein?
Probably whenever it was in the press. I don't know when that was.
And you mentioned the press. Was there anyone that was a part of your business that may have alerted you to his arrest?
Could have been.
And for the record, did you have any knowledge of illegal activity by Mr. Epstein prior to his arrest in 2006?
The only thing I recall is my chief of staff told me, and I don't know, he knew press, whether it was the newspapers or radio or TV, that that Jeffrey had been accused, or a woman was suing him for, I don't know, being aggressive. And I remember calling him and saying, "What the hell is this?" And he said, "I was being shaken down by a hooker." And I believed him. And I think the follow-up to that conversation was, I hope, you're not bullshitting me. Because if it is, the party's over. He said, "Absolutely not. Do you think I'm stupid?" Which is probably what I would say to attorney or say to you or anybody that I worked with. If you do something off, you're out.